Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Annelies and today I will be reviewing the newest Zara release called a Perfume in Rose. This fragrance is actually a re-release. It was first released in 2019, but I don't know, I seem to have missed it and I feel like it's not really a well-known fragrance because I've never heard anybody talk about it, and also on Fragrantica there aren't many reviews. So I feel like this might be one of those Zara fragrances that they just released and then you blinked your eyes twice and then it was gone. But yeah, now they re-released it, so I will be reviewing it. If you're like me and you love Zara fragrances, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I have several Zara fragrance review videos up on my channel already, and I plan on releasing a bunch more. Every time Zara comes out with new fragrances, I will be there to review them. So without further ado, let's just get into the review. And it is basically a pear, rose, ambrette type of fragrance. According to the Zara description, this also has notes of pink peppercorn, iris, and woody accords. This fragrance comes in bottles of 100 ml and it is in eau de parfum. It retails for roughly 18 euros, 30 Canadian dollars, and 28 US dollars. The bottle is in the same format as the newest Myself flower, which they released just a few weeks ago. I already have a review for that. I will put it up on the screen and down in the description. The bottle also kind of looks like the bottles of Lightly Bloom, Deep Garden, Fields of Nightfall, those fragrances that have been around a bit longer, but the font is a bit different. So I'm thinking maybe I'm splitting hairs, but this might be like they're creating a new line, starting with Myself Flower, this being the second, and that they're maybe going to add some more of these types of fragrances to that line. I don't know. So as I said, it's an eau de parfum, and Zara describes this as having medium intensity. I will already tell you, it is not medium intensity. It doesn't really perform as an eau de parfum with medium intensity. I will go deeper into that later on in the video. In fact, it's pretty much a your skin but better type of scent. I do think this is very subtle. It sits close to the skin. It is more of a I'm not wearing a fragrance type of fragrance. So if you have one of those days where you're not really in the mood to be wearing an actual bold perfume, but you also don't want to be wearing nothing, this is something that sort of falls in between those two. Now let's talk about the actual scent. So the opening is actually very pear-like. When you spray this for the first time, that opening is probably the most realistic pear scent I've ever smelled in a perfume. Like if I were blindfolded and I would smell this, I would actually think somebody is holding up a bowl of cut up pear in front of my nose. So it's not an artificial pear. It actually smells like a fresh, juicy, overripe pear. But then actually that pear note almost disappears within minutes. Like it's just disappearing right in front of your eyes. And it transforms into a very soft, girly, cozy ambrette. Also, what I noticed instantly, when you spray this on your skin, it leaves behind a sort of a oily residue. So when I first sprayed this, I actually checked the box to see if I missed something, that maybe this is an oil in a perfume spray bottle, something like that, because it really leaves your skin feeling as if you applied some sort of dry oil. So yeah, that juicy pear scent disappears really quickly. It turns into a nice, cozy, soft ambrette. And so my first impression was, okay, the opening is nice, but since it doesn't last long at all, like literally minutes, this is just a pass for me. It's too light. I don't want to be reapplying every 15 minutes in order to smell something. But then I went on with my day and I did just stuff around the house, or I don't remember. And I noticed that every time I used my arms to pick something up, or as I went through my hair, or you know, whatever you do with your arms during the day, I actually did get beautiful wafts of a nice, soft floral, soft fruity ambrette, sort of a cozy scent. And it sort of surprised me because when I actually smelled my wrist, I didn't really smell that much. But when I moved my arms or I did something, I got wafts. So it's like, it's kind of weird because it does sit close to the skin, but not really on the skin. Like I smell my skin and I'm not smelling a lot, but I do feel like I have this nice, soft, subtle scent bubble around me. I'm actually not really picking up on a lot of rose. The main notes that I'm picking up on is definitely that gorgeous ambrette. I love ambrette. I think ambrette smells like a hug. It's just the most cozy, beautiful, subtle scent there is. I love it. But yeah, so there's that ambrette and then still a little bit of that pear. I mean, most of the pear in the opening goes away, but there's still a little bit there. But I'm not really picking up on actual rose. There is something girly about this scent, so I guess there are still a little bit florals in the background, but I would never describe this as an actual rose scent. Also, I highly advise you to spray this perfume on your skin, on the pulse points of your skin, such as your wrists or the inner elbow or the neck. Because I do feel this fragrance really needs that body heat in order to project that scent. You're probably thinking like, yeah, that's true for every fragrance. But honestly, a lot of my fragrances, I also spray on my clothes. I have fragrances that just perform better on the clothes than on my skin. They just disappear on my skin, but they last on my clothes or my scarf or my hair. If you do this with this perfume, honestly, I don't think you're going to be smelling anything after a while. That ambrette really needs that skin, and it needs that warm spots on the skin to really come to life. Now you're probably wondering, how does this compare to Glossier's You? Because I did see on Fragrantica that some people compared this to Glossier You, and also somebody in the comments on one of my previous videos told me that it's supposedly a dupe for Glossier You. But unfortunately, and I'm so bummed for this, but yeah, where I live in Belgium, in Europe, Glossier You is nowhere to be found. It is not available in stores. It is not available online. I cannot buy it from the Glossier website because it doesn't ship to Belgium. I have searched everywhere and I cannot find Glossier You, which sucks because it's such a popular fragrance and I'm dying to try it. I will be going to Canada in October, so I'm hoping I can find it there, and then maybe I can give you an update in the comments whether this compares or not. But if you know if this is a dupe for Glossier You, please let me know in the comments. Personally, and that's just my opinion, I know I always have to do a little bit of a disclaimer. I know everybody can wear what they want, but personally, I think this is a very feminine leaning fragrance. Ambrette in itself is rather unisex in my opinion, but because of that fruity pear note and a little bit of soft florals, to me, this is really feminine leaning. I would not recommend blind buying this as a guy, but of course, if you like those notes, do what you want. Feel free to wear and buy whatever you want. But yeah, my opinion, feminine leaning. So yeah, I'm just gonna quickly sum up this review in just a few sentences. This is a pear ambrette fragrance. It's a very light fragrance. It is like a your skin but better type of fragrance. It is very subtle, it is very close to the skin, but somehow it actually performs better than you would think at first sniff. It feels like it disappears in minutes, but actually it lasts a lot longer than you think. So I hope this was a little bit helpful. If it was, feel free to give this video a thumbs up. But yeah, that was my 2 cents on this fragrance. I would love to hear what you think, and leave me a comment down below if this really does smell like Glossier You. And again, feel free to subscribe if you want to see more Zara fragrance reviews. But that was it for today. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you for the next one.